football, basketball, baseball, and track and field. In 1974, the Star Free Press, remember when it was called the Star Free Press? They named him the Jack of all trades athlete for Ventura County. In football, his junior and senior year, he was Ventura County All-Star team. In basketball, he was high school All-American in 1974. Track and field, he was 4th in the country, 4th in the United States in the long jump at the Golden West National Invitation Meet in 1974. So I think his specialty was long jump. Phenomenal athlete. All of his athletic accomplishments as well as his academic accomplishments led to a full scholarship for football to the University of Utah, where he was the first. Did they beat UCLA the other day?
Yes, they did.
Was I supposed to mention that?
Yes, you were.
I think I caught the last part of that game. Anyway, he went on to the University of Utah. He was the first freshman to start as a freshman in the history of the school. So an incredible athlete. He received 2 degrees from Utah, bachelor's and master's. He went on to a very successful career in sales and marketing and high-tech research to pharmaceutical research. Has done amazingly well in his career. He has been married for 28 years to his lovely wife, Christine. Christine, give us a wave. Thank you for being here. Gordon and his wife live in Delaware, so they came a long way to be here tonight. They have 2 fantastic twin boys who are swimmers at a Division I school, Indiana University Bloomington, which happens to have another guy who swam, and if you're over 50 years old, you probably remember the name Mark Spitz. Yeah. All right. Same school, so congratulations on your twin boys. Gordon, in his response to us with this award, he mentioned how proud he was to be a practicing Catholic and how honored he was to be here this evening to connect back to his roots at Santa Clara. He said, "Life is good. I am blessed and privileged to be here today. Thank you very much." And Gordon, all I can say is we're blessed and privileged to honor you this evening. Come on up.
Let's warm things up a little bit. This is the center of the room right here. This side, I want you to say we are. This side, SC. All right? All right.
We are SC. We are SC. We are SC. SC.
I would like to thank the Alumni Association, Santa Clara High School, all the teachers, all the coaches.
Hey, Gordy, louder. Stick it right up to your mouth.
Is that good? Okay. The teachers, the coaches, for really encouraging a young man who was scared to death every day at class, every day at practice. I'd go into school the next day going, "Oh man, one more day, 4 more years of this stuff." So the true greatness of my athletic prowess was my classmates, both under me and above me, because each of you formed who I was and who I am today, and I have had an awesome life. I have had the true feedback from all my classmates, and that's what we're lacking today in school, is truth. Where it comes from the teachers, your coaches, even your siblings, and certainly your classmates. Because if you're not pulling your weight, pulling your load, you need to be told that. You need to accept that and correct it and move forward. It guides you and it governs you. And the richest I have had is that I dedicate this to all my classmates in 1974 because you really enriched my life to be here, and I am an example of what you set for me. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gordon Kurz. All right, our second recipient tonight, we're going to take it a little bit out of order in the program. We're going to honor Bob Valles next. Yeah, I think there's a couple of people here that know Bob. Come on up, Bob. You want to come up now, it's fine. I'm going to say a few things before I turn the mic over to Bob. Bob is a third-generation Oxnard native. Born in Oxnard in 1936. His parents were also born in Oxnard, so a long-time Oxnard family. His parents modeled for him community service by becoming involved in all of their children's activities and civic events. They also stressed to each of their children the importance of getting an education and being involved in their communities. And believe me, this guy has been involved in his community for longer than a lot of us can count. Bob graduated from Ventura College and the University of La Verne, earning a bachelor's degree in education. He later went on to earn his lifetime teaching credential from UCLA. I shouldn't have mentioned Utah. He worked for the Navy as a civilian for 33 years, managing the Naval Employment Center and earning the highest civilian award for his exemplary service to the community. No surprise there. Bob and his wife Sheila welcomed into their lives 5 wonderful and gifted children who attended St. Anthony's and Santa Clara Elementary School, all ultimately graduating from here, Santa Clara High School. Raise your hand if you are one of those 5, or stand up. I'd like his kids to stand up. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Bob and Sheila both served as Parent Guild members, where Bob eventually became Parent Guild president, a post he would hold for over 15 years. During his tenure there, he and 2 of his longtime friends, Bill Hamilton and Gus Ramirez, started the Bingo fundraiser, which provided the school with much needed additional revenue. Bob may in fact be the longest serving parent on the Parents Guild. In addition, he was an athletic booster club member and chaperone for multiple school dances. Bob and Sheila were Eucharistic ministers, and Bob has been an usher at Santa Clara Church for 44 years. I see him almost every Sunday. He's there. Used to be 9:30 Mass. What is it now? 8:30 Mass. So tomorrow morning, 8:30? He'll be there, 8:30 tomorrow. Taking names, you just said. Bob has been a dedicated community servant, and in doing so has served 4 terms as a trustee for the Oxnard Union High School District Board, as well as on the Oxnard Parks and Recreation Board. Following the death of his beloved wife, Sheila, in 1990, Bob carried the big torch alone, raising his 5 children and continuing to stay involved in the community and with his family. Proudly, he is involved with all of his 18 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, where he attends all their sporting events and educational activities. In fact, he has attended every game, every presentation, and every performance of every one of his grandchildren. Any of the grandchildren here? Grandchildren, stand up, wave. There you go. Probably a familiar face behind me here. Bob enjoys traveling, watching vintage war programs, and reading. Bob lives in Oxnard with his lovely wife of 5 years, Helen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great pride for me to have Bob Valles inducted into the Santa Clara Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Administrator. It's a big honor to be part of this institution that goes over 100 years. Thank the Lord for giving me the wisdom and help to be able to serve this high school. Even though I did not graduate from Santa Clara High School, I made it a point that all my children would be graduates of Santa Clara High School. Before further on, I'd like to congratulate the Morales family, Al, a great friend of the community, all of us. Gordon, Kurz, Also, thank you for serving this school the way you did. But it's been a pleasure serving this school as long as I did. My oldest daughter and my youngest daughter were 17 years apart. That's the reason for that. I got involved with the Parents Guild because of one person, Dick McCarthy. Dick McCarthy made a point that he wanted me to be involved with him on the Parents Guild. Then after that, he got me involved in the Parks and Recreation Commission. He got me involved in other activities with the city. So there's been people around that open doors for you to make a contribution to this community. I served in the Yoxai Union High School Board over 16 years, and I was real proud to be part of it. But when people ask me, what school would you recommend your children to attend? I said, well, you have to look at the total picture. You want to send them to a school that's not very crowded, that has morals, that has discipline, where the kids, over 90% of the students go on to college. That's very, very commendable. And to me, that would be a priority, to have my children, my grandchildren, attend schools where they can achieve all their goals. But I'm real happy for this award that I'm receiving this evening. I want to thank my family for supporting me all these years. I have friends from my children that are here today. They come all the way from Colorado, Oregon, Washington, Texas. They made a special trip to be here this afternoon. So I thank them for being here with me. I thank my children for all the support they've given me all these years. And I'm very proud to continue serving this school. Thank you so much for your attention.
All right, congratulations, Bob.